Live.
Come on in, y'all. Tell the
Tell the
truth.
truth and shame the devil.
Come on in. And I love being
I
black.
love being black.
hmm Come on in. We got a great discussion tonight. As always, come on in. Come on in. All
You
right.
already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. We telling the
Tell the
truth.
truth
And what?
and shame the devil.
That's what we're doing. Come on, people. We talk about a vision tonight. And I'm wondering if some of us have a vision tonight. Turning your vision into success. Man. Come on in. Come on in. I tell you, let's do it tonight. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on in, people.
You already know what it is.
It's live,
Live,
uncut,
uncut, unedited.
unedited. Come on, people. Come on in. Come on in. All right. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. All right. Tell the truth.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited.
What?
Tell the truth
And what?
and shame the devil.
Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. All right. Woo. All right. Come on in. We need more people. Share the video, people. Share the video. Ain't nobody dead tonight. We trying to get some, we're trying to take us to the next level. The next level, people. The next level. I tell you, this is real. It is real. Real as it come. Yep. Check me out. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. This is live on
Tell the
Clever
truth and
and
shame the devil.
Come on in. All right. All right, let me acknowledge some people while I wait on the Johnny come late. And as soon as we get into this, they're gonna be, oh, what we talking about? Well, it is what it is. Let's get to rolling. The show must go on. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, Ken and Nicole, what's going on, Ken and Nicole? I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you, Ken and Nicole. I see you, I see you, I see you. Cassandra Clark, what's up, Cassandra? Nisha Thomas Taylor, how you doing, Miss Taylor? How are you? How are you? How are you? All right. All right. We rolling, people. Corey Hillard. What's up, Mr. Corey? It was good meeting you earlier this year. Monique McGee, what's going on? Nathan, what's going on, my big brother? Thank you for all that you do and being a good friend of mine, brother. Thank you too. Thank you so much for your support, people. Brother Nate, to my people. All right. Listen, people. Is that Kyra in? Ron Wynn? Thank you. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? You guys do me a favor. We got about 50 people on here. If I can get 50 people to share this video, that would be nice. We're talking about a vision. This is going to be for educational purposes only tonight. I know we had a lot. I know you guys want to talk about crime, and we had some shooting in front of the funeral home here in the city of Chicago. Leaks and Son, let us pray for the speedy recovery of those who have been shot. My prayer and my heart goes out to those families. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I'm not going to assume that it was gang related. I'm not going to assume that it was family related. I don't know. But getting back to the subject at hand, Barbara Cooper, what's going on, Barbara? Gloria Sinifer, yes. Patrice Haskin, what's going on, Patrice? Miss Leslie Brown, what's up, Leslie? How you doing? Rosalind Loving Life Berry, all right. All right, Miss Fields Fort. All right. All right. Nisha Thomas Taylor, I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you? I was good to be living in the land of the living. CJ, what's going on? Corey Hillard again. We're doing a show even this evening. Yes. Deborah Singleton. All right. Kimberly. What's up, Kimberly? Haro, I see you. Molesta Otis. What's going on? All right. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Reggie Rivers. All right. Mary Martin Thompson. Hey, Mary, how you doing? Loretta Crosby. All right, I see you. Loretta, I see you. And we're going to get started. We're not going to wait on people. And I want to talk about today your vision, not my vision, but your vision. In a sense of this, if God gives you a vision, or I ain't going to say God, I'll just say if you have a vision and it's your vision, how do you turn your vision into your reality? Okay, and I'm going to share my vision with you. My vision with crime chasing was to expose to the world crime here in the city of Chicago. All right, especially to white people, because we have a lot of white people that's onlookers, and they believe that we love this shooting, fighting, gang banging, killing, prostitute, murdering, and scamming and sham. They believe that we love this life, and they believe that we hate the police, and we will not cooperate with the police. But I brought some images that's live, uncut, unedited to the world. I showed the Black people our narrative according to the truth, not what you see and hear in the news, because the news may say she killed him because he didn't come home last night, or the news may say they was arguing over a plate of food and he killed her. See, so many years, Black people have been demonized in the media. Our story never been told properly. How can you come in our community and tell our story the way you think it and without acknowledging us, talking to witnesses? What happened? What did you observe? Now, and I know, when it comes to the good stuff, when we doing good in the hood, that's no good for the media. The media needs negativity. They need a drive-by shooting. They need a funeral home to be shot up. They need a gang war. They need a police shooting or someone shooting at the police. They need a carjacking. They need a snatch and grab. They need 42 people shot this weekend of the 4th of July. They thrive off that. But I'm here to tell you, there's a new sheriff in town, and that sheriff is us. When we tell our own narrative, we'll go on in our community. Just like Chicago police said that they was being shot at over there on 56 in Lafayette. And come to find out that their officers shot each other. One officer shot each other. And we still have not found out from the media nor the police what really happened. Why did the officers discharge their service revolver? We didn't know. No arrests have not been made. So we have to tell our own narrative. We have to tell our own narrative, people. And that's the purpose of crime chasing. That was a vision. Me and a couple of my other brothers that started Chicago Against Violence. We started that to expose crime here in the city of Chicago in its rawest form. Who would have thought that it would made me famous. Who would have thought that? But I didn't have the mindset to get rich off what I'm doing. As a matter of fact, I love what I'm doing, and people pay me what I love to do for free. They pay me. They call out for me. They send for me. How much you charge me to show up? Just show. I just need your presence here. How much you charge just to record? How much you charge just to interview me? How much can I give you? A documentary came in town and did a documentary not only on me, but a lot of other talent here in the city of Chicago that's making a difference when it comes to gunshot violence in the community. So what is your vision? What is the end game of your vision? What is your vision? Young lady, young man, older woman. What is your vision? And let me say another thing about myself, and I'm not boasting, but I'm not a taker. I'm a giver. And my brother Ron Mitchell, went to school together, childhood friends. He said, Martin, you have two types of leaders. You have those leaders with their hand out. Then you have those leaders, they handing out things, they giving. And Lord, don't never let me to be a type of leader with my hand out. I want to be a leader that's giving. Giving. And when I say giving, doesn't necessarily mean that it's monetary. Giving of time, talents, helping people. Helping people. I need y'all to share this video. Somebody need to hear this. I'm not playing with y'all tonight. We're going in tonight. We're going in there. And anybody get on here talking crazy, we're going to set them straight. We're going to set them straight tonight. And y'all better know this.
I love being black.
I don't care what you see in the media. I don't care how many drive-by shootings you see, how many shootings, robbing postal men and murders and snatching and grab and trending. I love being black.
I love being black.
And no media is going to turn me against my own people. Not at all. And one thing I do know, every black person is not out here shooting, killing, doing drive-bys, snatching and grabbing, trending, selling dope, robbing mailmen and mail ladies, shooting at police. Every black person, that doesn't speak for all of us. That was just like me saying that every white person is racist. I can't say that. Now, I am suspicious of every white person could be racist. Oh, I'm telling the truth. And shame the devil tonight. I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. And I know your white friend and your white coworker or your white lover may be listening. You say, oh, that guy Martin, he's something else. But you got to know, you know this.
Tell the truth and shame
That's
the
what I do.
devil.
That's what I do. I say the things that you think and you're afraid to say it. I say it boldly, fearlessly. Trust me, who respects a coward? A coward. Who respects a coward? I'm going to leave the phone lines open so we can talk about a vision, your vision. How do you make your vision come to pass? How do you do it? How do you make your vision come to pass? Here's a little man from the south side of Chicago. X this, X that, X this, and look at God. The scripture says, he says a man's talent will make room for him and bring him before great men. That's what the scripture says. How many of us are able to do that? Your talent will bring you before great men. Your talent, your skill set will bring you before great men. I've sat in a room with so many different successful people, and I would have never thought in a million years that I'll be sitting right next to this person and that person and this person and that person. All right, y'all, make sure y'all share the video. Tag somebody into it. Tag somebody into it. We talking about your vision. Now, we all got a vision now. We all have a vision. Everybody should have a vision. The scripture said, without a vision, my people perish. We have to have a vision. If we're going to live here on earth, we're going to have a vision. If we're going to fight racism, we're going to have a vision. We're going to have a strategy. If we're going to be successful entrepreneurs, businessmen, politicians, inventors, we're going to have a vision. What's your vision tonight? Is your vision, how many people can I rob? How much can I steal? How many women can I have? What is your vision tonight? How can your vision only benefit you, but all of those that are around you? What's your vision tonight? Let's talk about it. I want to talk to some young or even older entrepreneurs that made it, how they stuck through it, how they fought. You got some women, every morning they get on the train here in the city of Chicago. They have one baby in the arm, one in the stroller, and one holding on the stroller and pushing, getting on public transportation. Getting out there, trying to make it happen. That's a vision. That's a strong woman to me. When I see a woman getting on public transportation with her children, going to work, dropping them off at school, dropping them off from daycare, that's a vision. It's a start. The hardest thing about any vision is getting started. When are you going to get started on your vision? Les Brown said it like this. He said, the wealth is not in the banks. He said, the wealth is in the cemetery where people have died with their visions. Their visions have came to them and they didn't react on the vision. How many of us that's listening to me right now had an idea? Had an idea. And you looked up one day, somebody else was doing the same idea, the same vision that you had. You said, that was my idea. That was my vision. I didn't act on it. Listen, a vision don't tarry long with you. You have to act on the vision. Now, we're not talking about crime tonight. We're talking about a vision. How can you make your vision your reality? Come on, people. I went from crime chasing to talk show, radio, no training. No training. I had a young brother. He's probably on this live right now, younger than I am, black man. He said, Martin, I said, well, you know what, bro? A lot of people were asking me to come into their studio. He said, well, Martin, if I were you, he just gave me a word of advice. I always call it the $1 million idea. He said, you will want to control your own content. You finna blow up. You just in a big documentary that when it come out, it's going to take you to another level of exposure. I may not be saying exact words what he said to me. He said, you need to invest into yourself. He said, if you really believe in what you're doing, he said, invest in yourself. I had a little change. I wanted to go out there and buy me a nice SUV so I could look good. Wasn't doing good, but so I could look good. You know, I took the young blood for his word. And my backup plan was, well, you know what? If I go out here and buy some equipment, and if it don't work, I'm going to say the box and box it up and sell it. Many of you know that I'm in sales. And I'm still here. I haven't boxed up anything. I have not sold anything. I've almost had equipment twice, 2 of everything, some 3. And here I am hitting the ground running. Never had a broadcasting class. Didn't know anything about working a camera besides just taking a still picture and putting some on the internet, selling it, or taking pictures of somebody. It was a vision. And I'm working that vision as we speak right now. Somebody said, well, Martin, how did you learn all this? I hit the ground running. I was hungry. I was hungry. And here I am now. You're watching me right now. I got your attention. I got her attention. I got their attention. I have 192,000 people follow me on one social media platform because somebody want to hear something that I'm talking about. And that platform didn't come from showing breasts, booty, thighs, and all that. It came for spitting information, truth, crime, knowledge, education. What is your vision tonight? How can you make your vision your reality? A lot of you have some great ideas. I want to raise the dead tonight. I want to challenge you tonight on your vision. Whether that be owning your own business, having a food truck, being a great politician, a great leader, a community activist, whatever your vision may be, I want to challenge you tonight to get started. Well, Martin, I want to help the poor, but first, I need to get some grants. You work with what you have. God told Moses, use what you have in your hand. And you know what Moses had in his hand? Moses had a staff. The phone lines are open. I'm accepting calls. He had a staff. Start working on your vision tonight and make it your reality. If your best friend don't see your vision, if your mother and your father don't see your vision, keep working. If your pastor, your spiritual advisor who you love, don't see your vision, that's your vision. It came to you. I think I heard T.D. Jakes say one time, and I may not be quoting him word for word, when he rolled past a vacant building, he saw a vision of a church. Many people coming out, old bandit building, probably been vacant for years or so. But that was his vision. That was his vision. And look at T.D. Jakes, one of the most prominent speakers and pastors out here today in society. Now, whether you agree with his doctrine or not, but I'm just telling you his vision. I got a caller, people, and I want to hear what the caller have to say. 6970, last 4 digits. Come on, caller. Make sure you share this video, people. Share this video. Somebody need to hear this.
What's going on, partner?
Hey, partner. Here's another woman.
Man.
Hold on. Let me stop my partner, Vera Giles Norris. I want her to speak about her vision. She's an author right now. When I met Vera, matter of fact, she still is a radio talk show host. She's a woman that wear many hats. But Vera, I'm gonna let you talk in your own words. Your testimony. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what, Mark? You waking up some sleeping giants tonight, because when it comes to manifesting your vision and writing your vision and making it plain and then seeing that thing come to life, it's nothing like it. And one of the best things you can do when something drops in your spirit, when you know you see something or you hear something, is to write it down.
Mm-hmm.
And just from that point alone, that pen and that paper, it has power.
Mm-hmm.
And then you apply just
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of faith. It don't even take that much faith, Mark.
Mm-hmm. Preach, sister. Yes.
If you know, I walk around with mustard seeds, and I've been walking around with mustard seeds now for probably about 20 years. And I walk around with these mustard seeds just as a reminder of
Mm-hmm.
how much faith I gotta have in order to move some mountains that's before me.
Mm-hmm.
So so just real brief, one of the visions that I seen come to pass was when my mother died,
Mm-hmm.
and you was right there, partner.
Yes, I
You was right
was.
there. You know, that was one of the hardest things I've ever been through, was losing my mother. But I made my mother promise that I would keep on moving on.
Mm-hmm.
I would keep on living a purpose-driven life.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the Book of Ruth. It took me 2 years to finally give birth to that book.
Mm.
After I had Les Brown, anybody that know Les Brown, motivational speaker Les Brown, that sat down with me as my mentor, my coach, and my friend, and we wrote the blueprint out. We even recorded it. I haven't even exposed all of that yet to the public. It still took me 2 years to write the book and to collaborate with other people that had stories on how to create new chapters in their life. Now, Martin,
I'm listening, Vera. Your partner here, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Martin, if I were to be truthful,
Mm-hmm. Tell the truth and
I'm
shame the
not the
devil.
best writer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to. I'm not the best writer. I have to have a spell check to check the spell check of the spell check. Grammar, listen, I just say it like I say it.
Mm-hmm.
Ebonics could work for me.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things that Les said to me, and one of the things that I knew that I had to do, because I wrote the vision and I made it plain, and I knew I had it in me, was I didn't let none of my shortcomings stop me.
Mm-hmm. Listen,
I still
people.
had the faith and did the work.
Listen, people.
That book right now, it hit Amazon #1 new release. It hit Amazon bestseller. It hit international bestseller. It's in Sheen magazine.
Mm.
We have people all around the globe right now that's asking us to come and speak about the Book of Ruth. Just this weekend, I was in the room with Vice President Harris talking about gun violence and how do people create a new chapter in their lives after they've been through trauma.
Mm.
I sat in the room with women from around the world, all because I had a vision, and I wouldn't let nothing stop me or stand in my way. Even when it looked dim for me, I had to go into prayer and meditation and move out of my own way.
Mm-hmm.
So you're waking up some sleeping giants. And you know what, Mark? I still got vision. God ain't done with me yet. I'm still, and now I'm a publishing company. And I'm not even selling. I'm just calling it like I see it. I'm a publishing company. I'm helping people write their books. And I'm just getting started.
Mm. Vera, and I want to ask you a question. You said it took you 2 years. What was some of the pitfalls? What was some of the things that kept you stagnant, if I may say that?
Life,
Okay.
trials, and tribulations. Because a lot of times when we get the vision, you got the vision, but you got to get ready for the vision.
Mm.
God will give you a vision and you could see it up the road, but it's almost like if you on your way to a destination and you at your house,
Mm-hmm.
you don't just get to the destination because you on your way there.
Mm-hmm.
You have to travel. And the 2 years was me traveling through life. It was me going through some pit holes, and it was me meeting some people that had to be in the book.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's one thing about divine timing. You can't do nothing with it. It is what it is, and it happens perfectly when you don't stop,
Mm-hmm.
when you just keep on. So it would have been easy for me to have the vision and then it start tomorrow or start instantly. But the Most High don't work like that. It's a process.
Yes.
You know, it's pressure that produced damage. And that's what took the 2 years. I had to go through the pressure in order to give birth to the diamond.
Mm-hmm. Y'all listening, people? Listen. Listen, people. It wasn't an easy road.
But it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth it because now I'm not just listening to his story. I actually got her story. I got my story. So when my children and my children's children go back to read, I dare somebody right now Google the Social Media Journal for Content Creators. I just published a journal, a social media journal for those people that go from platform to platform. And I created a social media journal for those people to keep notes and how to connect and have meaningful relationships based from people that you've seen from different platforms.
Vera,
right now in real time.
Go ahead, Vera. I want to ask you a question. Go
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Real time.
and right now in real time, I have my 12-year-old that's about to be an author telling her story. So again, it's about the vision. And there's so much I can talk about, Martin G. You know, we can go around this vision thing for a long time. You know yourself, Martin.
Well,
Missing, please come home.
You took it out of my mouth, Vera. You took it out of my mouth. Talk about that. Let's talk about that. Vera had a vision. We was already doing the work, but she had a vision. Tell us about it, Vera. But Missing, please come on, a group. Tell us about that.
Well, you know what? And it used to be a time that I couldn't tell this story without crying because it was so heavy for me. But it started when I was in the IC. I was in intensive care unit with my mother. And the doctors had just gave my mother 3 months to live. They said, if you make it past 90 days, you're going to be blessed. And at that moment of me getting that news, I'm trying to process, like, am I dreaming? My phone rang. And it was a lady that called me, and I answered the phone, hoping it was God saying to me, this is just a test. You being punked. Wake up now. And I answered the phone. It was on speakerphone, and it was a lady from Atlanta that said, Vera, I know you from your talk show, the Cats Out show. And I have a cousin that's in Chicago that's missing, and she's been missing for over 32 days. She's only 12 or 13 years old. I forgot how old that baby was, about 12 or 13 year old. And she's been missing. And she said, I just came out of prayer in this moment, and God told me to call for you. Martin, you know, I looked at my phone. I said, God didn't tell you to call me, because I knew I was being punked, because I was literally trying to catch my breath from standing on the side of my mother looking like a deer in headlights. That's what I was looking like. And I told the lady, I said, I can't help you. I can't do it. And I hurry up and hung up the phone. And my mother said to me, baby, if you ever gonna expect God to do anything for you, don't miss an opportunity to do something for somebody else when you can.
Woo! Say that again, sister.
And I looked at my mother.
Say that again.
Yeah.
Say that
She
again. One
said
more. Repeat that.
if you ever going to expect God to do anything for you, don't expect to do something for somebody else when you can. Now this is my mother laying in the bed when the doctors done told her that she got less than, you have to catch my breath sometime. And I'm sitting there like, Mom, we need help ourselves right now. Are you kidding me? And she said, call that lady back and go help that baby. Go and help that lady. I gathered myself because I was on the floor. And I called you. I said, Martin, I said, I'm at a real low point in my life, but I got to do something.
You're making me cry, Vera.
I said, my mother has instructed me to help somebody. And I need help myself right now. And you said, what is it, partner? I got you. I said, well, a lady just called me about a missing child on the south side of Chicago. And I said, we're going to go live. And I'm gonna go into the waiting room of ICU. And I said, I'm going to need your help because I'm using everything in my body to do this because my mother told me to. We went live, Martin.
Yes, we did.
That very next day, we went out there in Inglewood. I think we had, 200-300 people. It was a lot of people out there in Inglewood. Folks was jumping through abandoned buildings, knocking on doors, passing out flyers, stopping cars, opening up garage doors and everything else. That child was missing for over 32 days. It was less than 2 hours we got her back home. And from that point on, we can go from story to story to story to story to story to story from across this land. And God used that to help create a platform that we couldn't build ourselves.
Yes.
But it was the vision.
It was the vision.
And it was being obedient because obedience is going to always be better than sacrifice.
Yes.
So again, I don't even apologize about crying. I really don't.
I shed a tear too,
and because it used to be a time, Martin, I couldn't even get this out my belly. But time and just knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that we all got visions, we all got a purpose.
Yes.
The question is, ring, ring, are you going to answer the call?
Yes. Yes, Vera. Vera, before you get off, I got another caller. I want you to tell us the name of your book and where can we find it and where can we find you for those that don't know you on this live? Go ahead, Vera.
Yes. Yep. I am Vera Giles Norris. And the Book of Ruth, How to Create New Chapters in Your Life. It's on Amazon. As a matter of fact, if you Google Vera Giles Norris on Amazon, all of the books that I have out is up.
Yes.
Or you can reach me directly and say, Vera, I want an autographed copy from you. And last but not least, Martin, thank you for that. If it's anybody that got a story and you need a midwife to help you give birth to your story, I dare you call me.
I dare you to call her. Vera.
Yeah. I appreciate you, Martin.
I appreciate you.
Because you ain't just a crime chaser.
They better learn it.
You're an intelligent crime chaser. You're a God-fearing, anointed.
I tell people I'm not just a man running around here with a camera filming crime scenes and the police. You don't limit me to just crime at all. I love being black. I love black people. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a lover of black people, and I'm a giver. I'm a helper. I'm here to serve, not to be served, but I'm here to serve. The scripture said, "The greatest one among you, let him be the servant of all." Thank you so much, Vera. I got another caller. I believe it's one of my friends, my childhood friend, and I know he got a lot to say. So I'm gonna sit back and just let him ride it out. He probably gonna take over the show, but that's the type of mentality he got. He's a bad young man too, and I'm glad that I know him. And you know what? And I could say about my buddy. He told me a long time ago. I was out there selling dope, and he said, "Martin, you better than this." He said, "You're gonna have to change." And he was working on me. I'm like, man, I got all this money. I got the ladies, the cars, and nice looking man. But you know what? I knew deep down in my heart that wasn't going to last. Wasn't going to last. The brother, he said, Martin, you're going to be great one day. Kept telling me you're going to be great. Not because of the money that I had. He didn't like that part of that lifestyle. But you know what? He stayed in my ear. And look at me today. He's on the phone today. My buddy, Ronald Mitchell, JD. Come on, Ronald. Come and talk to us, brother. Say whatever God tell you, put on your heart.
Hey, Martin, what's going on, man?
Hey, brother, you can introduce yourself. Thank you. You can introduce yourself, whatever you want to say, brother. Go ahead, the floor is yours. You know how when we used to break dance back in the day, it's your turn.
Well, I appreciate it. My name is Ignite Coach Ron Mitchell. And needless to say, Martin, of course, I'm very proud of you because you represent what's possible. And more importantly, people need to see a reality. It's one thing to dream, but it's another thing to have a reality. And so your trials and tribulations, ups and downs, potholes and obstacles allow you to be where you are, do what you are today. And I like the fact that you talked about you being a servant. Most people don't know you've been a servant all your life. I was taught, first of all, servant of all, we shall transcend all. And I think before being a man, you have to be a servant before anything. It's great to be a man, but why not be a servant? And I'm in a fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And the motto is, first of all, servant of all, we shall transcend all. And I share that with your audience because imagine that we are all, as men and women, we were servants. First, we were servants before anything.
Mm-hmm.
That you get excited about serving, giving, not just receiving, but giving. Not just being called on, but being selected. I was talking to someone earlier today when we were diving into different things about being chosen and being selected and some other things. And I was sharing with colleagues and in greater detail that I was selected. He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, I guess I was selected without sometimes I know you're chosen." I said, "Well, to be chosen is someone who is an object of choice or of divine favor." He said, "Divine favor, break it down." I said, "Well, simply when we have favor, it's divine. Some of us are tall, some are fast, we have different things, different types of favor that allows us to be successful and do what God has guided us and envision us doing." So, but when you talk about vision, I like this. I like this topic because I wanted your listeners to know, in order to ignite your vision or ensure that your vision becomes a reality, I think you need 4 steps. First thing you need is to structure your vision. Structure. I said, "What do you mean structure?" Well, let's step back before we get into that. You got to stay focused on your vision and be honest about your present realities. Sometimes current realities can be so discouraging that it's easy to say, my vision wasn't realistic. I really didn't want to do it. It wasn't, you know, or however you want to see it. You have to stay on your vision and be honest about your present realities. That's because it's the creative force for your vision. It's the grain of sand in the oyster that produces the pearl, and it requires that you allow yourself to feel uncomfortable and alive with this uncut and raw tension. So stay focused on your vision and be honest about your present realities. Number two, second thing, I think always keep your vision in mind when you're setting goals. People set goals all the time. Sometimes you have to look for higher leverage goals. Those that will always allow you to leapfrog forward. You know, so big goals for something that will give you sometimes also give you a quick win to help see progress and stay motivated. Sometimes we have these lofty goals and it take a long time. Sometimes they're smaller goals, those short wins, so it can feed your faith along the way. And then, of course, be willing to reset your goals. Don't be so focused on your goals that you forget about the vision. Change is inevitable, as we all know. And then, as in selling, be a destination, keep focused on your goals, your vision, as you move from vision to reality. And be willing to change your course depending on how the wind blows or other conditions. So again, be flexible, but more importantly, be willing to reset your goal. Also, I think you got to revisit your vision frequently. Sometimes every couple of months, go back and revisit that vision. Sometimes we can drift off course without realizing it. And to avoid waking up one day wondering how you got so far off your course, keep it alive by talking about it constantly, integrated into discussions daily. Use your goals as an early warning system to detect when you are off course. So again, when I get up in the morning, I talk to myself about my vision. I'm big on self-talk, and if you can't talk to yourself, when you talk to yourself, good thing we know as we talk to ourselves, and we know that you're listening. Other people don't have to listen to you, but you have to listen to yourself. So that's self-talk is very important. And then in addition, you got to set up processes and practices that support your vision. On a personal level, what practices and routines do you need to set up to develop the habits that will support your vision? Regular, like going to the gym every day. It's a regular exercise time. You know, look at your formal and informal ways of working together. Consider processes for communicating, accountability, training, rewarding. You know, things like that. You know, team performance, and focus on goals that are fuel contributions, and create a system that align with your visions and your goals. If I know my goal is to build muscle, I know that one of the things what I eat, how long I sleep, where I work out, if I get sun, hydration, all these things will be part of building muscle, the system I'm putting together for myself. Also, I think you got to remember to the journey is as important as the destination. Some people forget about that. I said again, remember that journey is as important as the destination. Now, of course, you know, you need to act consistently with your values and vision at all times. Behave consistently with your vision in every way, small and great. Every minute of the day, people watch what you do more closely than what you say. I said again, people watch what you do more closely than what you say. Therefore, as a leader, not what you say, what's important, it's also need to demonstrate it consistently. We talk about it, but can you demonstrate it? A bird can talk about flying, but the moment it that pulls his wings out and soars to new heights, you say, okay, I got it. That makes sense. And last but not least, I can go, there's a lot of tips and strategies I can share, but you got to start now. You don't have to be a great writer to write, but you got to get started to be great. And so as soon as you identify your vision, start to live it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't create a vision for a healthy life and continue a diet of junk food while you're working out of plan. Some steps are obvious. We all know that. But I think you need to take them, and they may not be perfect, but you can't wait for what you'll wait. You can't wait or you'll wait forever. You have to take risks. Vision is about action, not being overly cautious or having every detail worked out. You might not see it all. You might not see all the steps, but as you take some steps, other things will become clear. Use your vision as your guide. Those are just some of the tips and strategies I think that are compelling, that if you implement, you can turn your vision into a reality. Again, it's start now. Remember the journey. It's important, not the destination. Set up processes and practices that support your vision. Revisit your vision frequently. Be willing to reset your goals. Always keep your visions in mind when setting goals. And the most important thing, stay focused on your vision and be honest about your present reality. The greatest lie we can tell is the one that we tell to ourselves.
The greatest lie that we can tell is the one that we tell to ourselves. Wow.
Absolutely.
Dr. Ron, tell us a little bit about your book that you wrote. I think you wrote about 4 or 5 years. Tell us a little bit about your book and the name of it. How can we find it and all that good stuff? Yeah.
Well, thank you. The name of my book is called No Matter What, You've Got to Live Your Dream. No matter what, you've got to live your dream. It's available on Amazon and paperback. So there's a book, workbook, a digital book, audio book is on Audible, and also there's an album. So from the book, the workbook, to the audio book, to the digital book, to the album, it's available on all platforms, streaming music, from Apple to you name it. Spotify is everywhere. And last but not least, the TV series. That's the last final part of the process, is the book being turned into a TV series. No matter what, you gotta live your dream. So again, we talk process. It's the maturation from a vision. I turn the vision into a book, then a workbook, and then a digital book, and then the audio book, and the soundtrack, the album, not a TV series. And of course, the tour and lecture series. But you can find, no matter what, you gotta live your dreams. And Google Ignite Coach Ron Mitchell, JDMBA, Ignite Coach Ron Mitchell, and you'll find a lot of information about the book and me out there. So that is how you can find the book. It's available on different platforms, Amazon in particular, but you name it.
I need to ask you a question. And I want to ask, I believe my partner's still on here too. If I Google your name, tell me what will come up. If I Google your name, Ronald Mitchell, what will come up, brother?
Well, if you Google Ronald Mitchell, that's a common name. Ronald Mitchell, there's a little over 5,000 people in America named Ronald Mitchell. But if you Google Ignite Coach Ron Mitchell, you will see something that says, talk a little bit about my background, my company, And my slogan, igniting the fire within and driving the human spirit. So again, you go with Ignite Coach Ron Mitchell. That's the Mitchell is what you'll see. LinkedIn profile, information about my company, Dim Enterprises, our brand is Team Ignite. But you'll see a lot of information. I'm on Wikipedia, celebrity websites. It's a lot of information devoted to me on Google and other outlets about my work and contribution to society and our willingness to ignite the fire within and drive the human spirit. We serve the human spirit. We help to ignite the human spirit through our service and our work. We're not thought leaders. I like to call ourselves thought doers. So again, we are here to ignite the fire within and drive the human spirit. That is my assignment, and I'm so excited about what a great assignment is to ignite the human spirit, and that is the Spirit of God, and drive it forward. So that's what we do. Our work.
Beautiful, beautiful. I thank you. Thank you for even just coming on here, because Ron is a big time paid person. He speak to corporate crowds, and he was just being humble tonight, and he'd be on super fire. He just talking briefly, but he get paid for running his mouth, if I would say, and his action backs up whatever he say. I'm saying, and he's right here from 65th Woodlawn, right over there by McCarge High School, not McCarge, Wadsworth, right over there from the hood, people.
Yes.
From the hood. So sky's the limits. The sky's the limits, brother. And it wasn't easy for him at all. I know his story, but if you get his book, you'll find out it was not easy for him. He had some bumps, some blocks, and oh my God, it was not easy. I tell you, Ron was saving folks. He couldn't even save himself, but he was saving folks when we was coming up, talking to him. Ron was sitting with giants when we was in high school, all across another country. Everything paid in full, sitting with leaders and everything. A young man. He took it to the next level. So you can't tell me what you can't be. Yes, we have racism out here. Yes, we have white supremacists, but you can make it here in America. But you got to be diligently. You got to fight. You got to be hungry, as Les Brown say. You got to be hungry. And when you open up your mouth, you tell the whole world who you are. Your speech, your lifestyle really tells your story more so than what you say. So, Ron, I thank you for coming on here for those great words. Hopefully someone would take it to heart and listen, and hope this broadcast would ignite somebody, ignite the fire in them to follow their vision, to set goals for themselves. I appreciate you, brother. You can hang on. I got another caller. Caller 7394, caller. Go ahead, caller. Hey, caller. They just tuning in. My partner's still there, Vera. You still there too? I believe she's still on.
Front and center.
Vera, if I Google your name, tell me, what would I see? What would I see?
Lord, there's so much stuff up there, but you know what? You'll see the work I've done. You will see a lot.
Okay. All right. Hold it right there. I'm going to go to the next caller. Hey, caller, 7394. Introduce yourself. Hey, caller.
Hey, how you doing? Martin G?
Hey, I'm wonderful.
Charles Phillips.
Okay, Charles. All right. How you doing? What you got for us? Talk to us.
All right. I'm good. I'm coming behind some giants now. But,
yes, you are. But come on, that's all right.
No book,
go ahead.
But I got a story.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah. So first and foremost, I want to commend both Vera and brother
Ron Mitchell. Ron Mitchell.
Ron, yeah, for their views on the topic. But first, I wanted to address fear.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, when we talk about visions and dreams, a lot of people hold a lot of fear.
Mm-hmm.
So, fear plays a big factor in a lot of people by not, by being stagnant, I say.
Yes.
And not moving forward with their vision, because For my story, okay, I came from the east side of Chicago, high school dropout.
Mm-hmm.
But when I look at myself now, I'm 47 years old. I'm in a
Mhm.
master's program for social work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a certified alcohol and drug counselor.
Mm-hmm.
Got an undergrad degree. I work with people. I love helping people. I mean, that's just my nature. And is it great all the time? No, it's not. But you just have to understand that that's why you do it, because this is your vision, this is your dream. So yeah, I was blessed, and I have a quote that I always said when I first got in the field to kind of keep me focused on what I do, and I always said I'm gonna be useful until I'm useless.
Mm-hmm.
So I stick with that. I stick with that even, in my toughest moments in helping and working, I always stick with that. A lot of people from our culture, our group, from Black people are, they're fearful. We wasn't born with a bucket of confidence. We come from places and we come from trauma, different reasons why we don't move forward. And everything you do don't have to be with education. You're very successful at what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, you ain't went to school, So yeah, that fear thing plays, that's a big factor. So you have to get out your own way. You have to self-mastery. I think Brother Ron talked a little bit about that, about mastering self and also being accountable.
Yes.
Being accountable for yourself and just get out there and chase your dream. You make your dream your reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know a little bit of your story.
Do you
too.
have any questions?
Yeah, I know a little bit of your story. Chuck.
You know my
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
Chuck, I didn't know that was you, Charles, at first, but this is one of my great buddies I met on the protesting road, and I tell you, I know his story. An ex-gang member, been shot before, high school dropout, a loving husband, a loving father, got father of 3 beautiful children.
I'm coming up on 8 years in sobriety too.
8 years in sobriety. I mean, real. This, how some folks dib and dab and be lying. This brother's straight down the middle, and help
what
folks.
They call working a dry drunk.
That's it. And I never seen him look down on a person that was addicted. I never seen him look down, talk down on nobody. Never seen him do that. So when I met you, brother, I didn't know much about you, but I said, brother, when it's all over, we're going to stay in contact. And we talk about just every day. We might have missed 5 days since we've been knowing each other, talking to each other. And that's probably most of those days because I didn't pick up the phone or something. So it wasn't, it wasn't on you.
Every day.
It wasn't on you.
Yep.
And he truly is a success story, people. If I could tell a little bit of his story, I remember when he was going to take that, what you call it, CADC test. And
my CADC.
Oh my God. Hey, listen, the brother failed it a couple of times. He was like, Martin, I don't know when it comes to Yeah. He said, when I'm telling your story, when it comes to tests, I just don't do well. But he finally, eventually, he came around and said, brother, stick with it. Just stick with it. Just stick with it. Stick with it. Stick with it. He was in the process of changing jobs. He felt underappreciated at the particular job that he was at. He still worked with it, but that, when he finally moved on, they realized he was a great gem. We allowed this gem to get away from us, and we had him. And some of these jobs out here, they don't appreciate the work until you ready to leave and resign and leave. Brother,
what they say, you never miss your water till your well run dry.
Till it run dry. And one of your sayings is 2 of your sayings I love to say. One, your mom told me, if you don't start something, you ain't got to worry about stopping it. And another saying, you said one of your old timers told you, there's not a lot of problems in this world, but it's just a lot of people have the same problem in this world. I think I'm saying it right.
Yeah, the same problem.
Same problem.
You saying it right.
And the brother
and your platform allows us to get on and talk about that stuff.
Right. And the brother is deep. The brother is deep. I mean, a full-time father, full-time work, and still in the master's program and just working hard. Man, I'm telling you, he went to some of the best schools. But, the street had him. But he had to realize that.
And let me tell him, too, I'm on a full ride scholarship.
Yeah, that's right. A full ride scholarship, too, people. Full ride scholarship. And that's a blessing. So
me and Brother Martin, we motivate one another daily.
daily. Trust me. Trust me, people. Listen, when y'all see me and congratulate me, it ain't me all by myself. It's God and others around me motivating me. Because I'm telling you, if it was left up to me, I'd probably still be in these streets, you know. But thank God he
And
blessed.
Go
ahead,
what, brother?
Mm.
I say this because when we come with a problem, we should come with a solution.
That's
So I
right.
did talk about the fear. So I'm gonna say this: with the fear, we have to being accountable. That's one thing. Self mastery is another thing. We have to do self affirmation. We have to affirm ourselves. Let ourselves know we're intelligent. We're smart. I can do this. I can sit in the room with these people. I can open up my business. I can go get a doctor's degree. I can go be a social worker. I can be a counselor. We have to affirm ourselves. So yeah, those are some of the solutions that come with that fear. The fear is an emotion just like being happy and being sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's don't go away. It's temporary.
That's correct. That's correct. And people, you can stay with your vision tonight. Start on your vision. Don't stop it. Even if I don't see it, if I don't understand it. You know, you got Brother Charles and Sister Vera, you got people out here, they are vision killers. They destroy visions. Some folks, Charles, we have to remove ourselves away from around in order to do our vision. There's nothing personal. You have to, they're so toxic to the vision that God has given us, and we have to cut communication ties with them because they're not part of the vision. Go ahead, bro.
And you know what an old timer told me? He said, you're going to have a lot of time thieves in your life. And I never knew, I knew what he meant, but I didn't know until I started, walking that walk. When I started walking that walk, I understand what he meant, because you have to protect your space. You have to protect your space from the enemy. You have to protect yourself space from the hater. So you got a lot of time thieves around, as we call haters.
You said time what? So I get it. Time what? What'd you call them?
Time thieves.
5. Okay. All right.
Thief, like a thief.
Okay.
Like a thief in the night. A time thief.
Time thief. Okay. That's good. Good. I mean, it's been exciting, great show. And people, this is a great show. We should have more, but that's okay.
It is a great topic too.
Right. I'm a firm believer. Whoever this show is designed to reach, it will do that. They may not be on here right now, but this show today will help someone in their vision, in their thinking. Even in the spiritual world,
indeed.
You got to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You got to have a new mindset. When Chuck and I left them streets, we had to have a new mindset. We couldn't take that old mindset over to where we was going now. It wouldn't work. It don't work.
Exactly.
It's like shaking oil and water. It don't mix. You put them together. They don't mix. Don't mix, people.
You can't play both ends.
Can't play both ends. You got some folks out here, they trying to play both ends. It ain't gonna work. You're not effective. It's not gonna work. And people see you. They see your actions.
Like the brother said, you say, well, what you do. It's what you do, not what you say.
And that brother's right. And that brother
yes, he is.
That's right. And I've seen him come from the mud. I've seen him come from the mud. So I know his story. I know it.
Yeah, when I heard him talk, I knew he was somebody.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He been there. That brother used to be in my ear so much, man. I used to hate to answer his phone calls. Oh, Lord, he calling me. I got to get you. It reminds of you, I got to get it together. What you going to do? I remember one time, I'm going to share the story. I was building a record store inside the flea market. And so I was just talking this. I had records. I'm selling records. And the guy stopped me in my conversation, Charles and Vera. He said, you know what, Martin? Give me a time and date that you're going to open up. I don't want to hear nothing else you got to say. Give me a time and date that you're going to open up this store. That's what he told me. He cut all that talking out I was doing. Give me a time and date. That's what he told me. So I don't want to hear nothing else.
You know what that is? A plan with no action is procrastination.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely. So he gave me that. He inspired me. and to do that, and I did it. I gave him a time and date, and I hit that date, you know, and I'm glad he told me, because, you know, sometimes we can rattle off the mouth and rattle off, and a real true friend will stop us. Hold it, hold it, hold it. This is how it works. This is how it goes. So I appreciate people such as yourself, Charles, and Vera, my buddy Ron, in my corner. Those are people that you don't see that I talk to. Some of you know, you don't see that gives me inspiration. The scripture says iron sharpens iron. We sharpen each other. And that's what you need. I mean, sometimes, you know, we living in a society where it makes you want to snap. And you know what I'm talking about. If somebody want to take your car, take your wife's car, do something, it makes you want to lose everything that you work for. Instant. You have to learn how to bottle up those emotions. Say, hey, I got a lot to lose. Let me think this thing out before I make a wrong move here. You know,
learning how to be less reactive. Yes, and it's hard in this society. It's hard in the community. It's hard dealing with people. You know.
Yeah. And
you just have to keep certain things at the forefront.
That's it, people. And a lot of things that we have to walk away from. You know, I like with me and you, Chuck. We always talk about Benny Lee. How Benny Lee changed himself. That's another testimony, man.
That's another brother,
man. Deep. So those of you that's on the wrong track, they got a bad reputation. Go get your reputation back. You can change.
You can get it back. You definitely can get it back.
You definitely get it back.
And your story will help you.
Yes.
Where you been is gonna help you.
It's gonna help you.
Yeah, it's gonna help you. I got one more quote now.
Go ahead.
You know,
yes, sir.
I shut it down. It's 3 men that sit in. It's 3 men. The man that I used to be, the man that I am today, and the man that I am going to become. So yeah, that's, you know, so that man I was helps me. I tell a lot of my clients, I tell them, look, I haven't always been in this space. I've been in that space where you at. I've been in a lot of dark places and different spaces. So don't ever think I'm here for authority. I'm here to help.
Beautiful.
Help, so.
That's it, brother. You got anything else to say? Anything else clear your heart? If not,
no. You got any more? You got any questions?
Well, yeah, I can. Let me ask you a question. And I know the area you work in, you counseling, substance abuse, and things like that. If anybody that's battling with themselves with addiction, no matter what your addiction is, what advice that you would give them to help them out?
What advice could I give them? First and foremost, what I always preach, because you know me and you are spiritual brothers, you know. And everybody's not spiritual, and you know, even within agencies, organizations, you can't take spirituality and Christianity and but the number one thing we forget to do is pray. When we have problems, when we have, you know, issues, just like them emotions we was just talking about, I get into, you know, a little traffic, you know, incident, and I, you know, want to snap out. We forget to pray. So, you know, get a connection with your higher power, because he will remove. Because it wasn't me that got me clean and sober. You know, it definitely was. It definitely was a power greater than myself. So, you know, that's my first advice. My second advice is come to the realization that you have a problem. Because, you know, most people are in denial. And, you know, they say, hey, I don't need help. Or I can, you know, I can self-medicate. And it's not cool. And get you some help. After that, go reach out, get some help. Don't be afraid to get help. Help is all over. A phone call away. Everybody got an insurance card. Everybody got a medical card. Whether it's Medicaid, whether it's through a job, call the back of your insurance card, ask them who's in network. Where can I go for substance abuse treatment? The job can't fire you for it. The streets can't fire you for it. And so yeah, that's my greatest advice is, you know, spirituality first.
Beautiful. I want to say something to all three of my callers that called in tonight. I want to say to Vera, I want to say to Charles and Ron Mitchell. It's three things that you guys all have in common, include myself in this. We all lost our mother. We all lost our mother.
Yeah.
You lost your mom. I lost my mom. Vera lost her mom. Ron lost his mom. And that's a powerful thing. You won't know how it feels to lose a mother until you come across that bridge. It's a hurting thing till you cross it. So I don't know what led me to say this, but those of you that your mom is living, appreciate her. Appreciate her. Love her. Love her from a distance. You know, some of us, you know, our moms can be painful to us and brutal to us, and we just, you know, that's mom. You know, but we're grown now. We can give mom her space, but love them. So
it's a part of your connection with all of us too. So you know that kind of, you know, probably was thought provoking, you know.
Yes, that is. All of us lost our mom, and so we know what it is to lose a loved one that's so dear to us. You know, each and every one of us loved our mom. I know I was a mama boy. I know you was. I always say, Chuck, you loved your mama boy. Chuck would go over there and cook for his mother. He'd take care of his mama. He'd stop his family for a minute. He said, you know what? Hey, tell his wife I'm going over and cook for my mama. You know, and I always told you I admired that though. You know, because we get so busy. I mean, you're a full-time student, full-time husband, on the job. But you always found time to go help your mother.
My mama,
yeah, I appreciate it.
Let me tell you something funny, and I know I probably told you this. I'm married, so you know, he knows this.
Yeah.
But my mother-in-law always said she got all daughters. She used to look at me, my mom, and she said, I always wish I had a son. She's like, but you are my son. You my son too.
Good.
See what I did for my mama, and I went over there and cooked for her and did everything for her. She's like, I always wanted a son.
That's a blessing, yeah. But you are her son.
Yeah, and I am her son. Yeah,
that's right. I think that's it for the show tonight. I've been Vera. Did you want to say anything while we're closing? You're welcome to say some last words, and I guarantee you, Vera texting and typing right now while she's listening. She multitasking. One thing I can say about Vera, she be multitasking, boy.
If I don't never tell you, Vera, you are.
Yeah. Vera, a bad woman, y'all. Bad woman, I tell you.
Yes, she is.
She is bad. She is a go-getter. She go out there and make it happen. I'm telling you, her husband is a blessed man. He might not know it, but I'm telling you, if Vera's husband's listening, man, you are a blessed man. You got a blessed wife, man. I take her. She is bad.
Yes, and the more you talk about Brother Ron, I think I know him. I think you call him another name.
Yeah, Ron Mitchell. Yeah, you know him. It's a good brother of mine. It's a good brother of mine. He's from the mud.
I don't think you call him Ron. You call him something else.
Mitch. We call him different names, but you know him. I just took a picture with him, and this is my brother. I mean, he's a good brother, man, and he stayed on me, man. He said, Martin, I told you it's going to be somebody. I just told you. He kept telling me, kept putting that seed in me, kept putting seed in him. You know, sometimes your mind takes you. We call, in the church world, we say sin will keep you longer than you want to stay. No, that's how, no, it said, sin would take you, sin would take you farther than you want to go. You know, so so you have to be careful. You have to watch your mind, people, because your mind can drift and it can take you to the point where you can't return, and you don't ever want that to happen.
And and also not just your mind, it's also some of the company you keep. You know, sometimes bad energy you can get drawn in.
Yeah, bad energy, that'll do it.
Get drawn in very easily. Yeah.
Bad energy. Man, I appreciate every last one of you guys tonight. Thank y'all so much. And how I got this subject, I was talking to one of my buddies. He's a motivator. He always motivated me. And we talk about vision, and I see the things that he's doing and building websites and stuff like that, you know, getting it built. And he got a vision going on. Listen, I'm here to see his vision. Just like he saw me build from ground zero with the podcasting and stuff like that. I'm watching him. He's building a site, you know, to sell off of it. You know, so it's sort of like an Amazon or eBay, and I'm watching him. I'm watching him, and I mean, I remember we was having conversation about it, and he's active in it. The site is just about completed, so he's on his job. You know, it's a little frustrating. He had a little battles, you know, different price quotes, and you know, then you got some people where it should be this way, but at the end of the day, he is the founder, the visionary of what he wants. So people, stay focused, stay goal oriented. Don't just go with the flow. That might lead you somewhere that you don't want to be. You know, one thing about money.
And don't never think you're not big enough.
That's right, Chuck. And you know, one thing about money, we can get that back, but time, once we waste it, we can't get that back.
It's gone.
It's gone
forever. And we all have a purpose on this earth.
Yes.
Once you figure that purpose out, go for it. Reach for it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Chuck, we're going to be here all night. I'm out of here. This is live, uncut, unedited.
You already know what it is.
Martin,
Live, uncut,
Thank you, Chuck.
unedited.
This is where we
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
and I
I love being black.
thank y'all so much. I hope you guys learned something. Make sure you share the video. This is a very inspirational video. It definitely will help someone. I want to thank all of my wonderful guests, Vera Giles Norris, also my friend Ron Mitchell, Ignite coach, and my buddy Charles Phillip Jr., and a great man of wisdom and faith and spirituality and love his people. Trust me, and love his people. And I want to thank the many of people that's behind the scenes that I didn't even mention your name, that I talk to on a regular basis. I appreciate you too for the words of encouragement and the motivation. And if I had to listen to some of people, I wouldn't do the crime chase. Always dangerous. Fear is not an option. You know, so you listen, you have to move. You have to move cautiously. Don't be no fool, but you have to move cautiously in everything you do and everything you say. And I appreciate it. And watch your words. Be great, people.